So you want to make a custom show. Now, this is very easy. They've got their whole tab for it, the creation zone. We have got the shows on the right. We have got, obviously, big boy Triple H going on there. We can edit or new. Obviously, we've not done one, so it is going to be all new. So the show is probably actually the last thing you do, because when you do go through all of this, if we go back just to show you, you have obviously got your Money in the Bank. You've got your arenas, which could come under a custom show, entrances, championships, superstars, depending on what you want from the show. They could be a decent thing to have. Now, obviously, if you want to make a show that is based around all of the original stuff, what they already have in here, then that's fair enough. We can do that. So, obviously, first and foremost is the show name. We then have the referee. Obviously going to have a load of different ones. We are definitely going for the SmackDown referee, absolute OG. We also then can have the screen filter. So if you wanted to go 1980s, and this is going to be taken from pretty much all of your showcasing and different stuff there, you can obviously change the filter. We're going to keep that off, as really that's not necessarily the big thing. We then also have the matchup. So this is going to be what you see prior to going into the matches. So this is going to be matchup screen. This is going to be in general for the show. So obviously we can just see what we want. If we kind of like the look of something, the only thing is you can't really get rid of like spring breaking. Like if you're going to have it with such heavy logos on it, you might as well go with like a SmackDown or a Raw. Like I love the classic SmackDown there. We have then the Tribute to Troops, Survivor Series. So you can pick whatever you want sort of going into that. We're going to go with, you know what, I do like the WrestleMania one. Then you've got the transition. So again, this is going into WWE. You do have also slight elements. They're not necessarily the greatest, I'm not going to lie to you. So they are going to be better off going with something like this. Like, I must admit, some of these are absolutely insane. They really went for it. So you got the general purpose as well. I wish they had more of that coming into it, like where it is more... Not necessarily, well, yeah, no, probably more stock footage. Like, it's great to have the ECW and the King of the Ring, but it's very, very specific, isn't it? So, unfortunately, you are going to have to kind of go with one of them, just out of kind of like keeping the consistency. We are going to go with the WrestleMania on this one. We also then have the replay screen that you can kind of go with. You can see all it is pretty much is just the background there of what's going to be in there. So, it kind of doesn't matter. You could kind of get away with any on this one at least. Then we've got the actual arena. So this is where you could put your custom in. If obviously I have got a custom, I could tap RB and it would take me to a custom one. And there is going to be a few that you can see in Showcase that will be given to me once we've actually finished it. So you get to pick whatever you kind of need to there really for it. You have the commentary matches, which you can kind of go with a few extras. I don't know if there's any... general purpose, I suppose you just go with something like that. Location you get to pick, at least there's no difference there. We then have these show images, so we have superstars that we can obviously go with. You've got flags that you can go with, loads of different extra bits that you can see. There's just going to be on like the borders and stuff like that, so that's pretty cool. You can change, but it's not necessarily going to be a great deal. We also then have the watermark image, so you can obviously go with a specific image for yourself. So if you're trying to make almost a little logo, you can design it yourself kind of, and you can almost plan it like you see there, little A and B, if you really wanted to. And then finally have the overlay design. So this is going to be, as you can see here at the top there, is going to be what you've got. So like you've got the stand and deliver. If you go all the way down, we can see the WrestleMania one is just going to be what the end bit is, the overlay as such. Then we can obviously do a full preview if we really wanted to, or we can go ahead and save. This is then a show that we can add into the universe mode. We can edit, and also there is going to be more people that do download stuff. So if you wanted to get a very specific one, maybe you're hoping somebody downloads it. If you go into the Creation Center, you should be able to download shows here. I believe there was only one available at the moment. Granted, the game's only been out a couple of hours, so give it time. You'll see a lot of different ones coming in very, very soon, so make sure you are looking at them. A good thing as well, if you are looking for a very specific show, have a look in 2k24, see if you can find that show, and then have a look at the creator to see if they do make quite a lot, because 9 times out of 10 they're more than likely going to do the exact same in 2k25. So that's kind of all you need for the shows. Next up, we're going to have a look at arenas.